And welcome to a brand new episode of Ghoulish with me, Max Booth, a host. This is a podcast where I, Max Booth, a host, I take a guest. I take someone who knows a little bit about spookiness, and I put them on the table. I interrogate them. I put them in a hot seat. It's it's an interview. I interview them. They interview me. We interview each other. It's a conversation. Okay? Today on the podcast, today on Ghoulish, a podcast hosted by me, Max Booth, a host, I have a good friend of mine named Andrew Hilbert. He wrote a book I published quite a few years ago called Invasion of the Weirdos. And he has a brand new short story called Swollen Dry Sockets, which is in the latest issue of Dark Moon Digest, a magazine I publish 4 times a year through Perpetual Motion Machine. This is issue 38, issue 38 of Dark Moon Digest, a magazine edited by me, Max Booth, a host. Andrew Silly, Swollen Dry Sockets is about, it's about dentistry, lack of dentist insurance. It's about bad decisions. And you know what? It's about what it takes to be a human being in the United States of America. That's what it's about. Andrew Hilbert is a good friend of mine. He lives in Austin, Texas, and I live in San Antonio, Texas. And sometimes we get together and we touch each other's teeth. It's a good game we play. But I recommend, if you like this episode of Ghoulish, you should go and pick up the latest issue of Dark Moon Digest. You can find it at perpetualpublishing.com, or you can just click the link in the show notes below. You can also subscribe to the magazine, an annual subscription. You can find the subscription on the same website, perpetualpublishing.com. It's going to be on the homepage. Just check it out, man. You can also subscribe via Patreon at patreon.com/PMM Publishing. If you give us anything as low as $1, you will immediately become subscribed to the ebook subscription service. At $7 or more, you get a paperback subscription. But you can also just subscribe to the paperback directly through the website. If you don't want to mess with Patreon, it's up to you. It's a good issue. It's a great issue. It's a fantastic issue. And now, without waiting any longer, Andrew Hilbert talking about dentists. Oh, hey, Andrew. You wanna talk about dentists with me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Now, the reason I want you to talk about dentistry with me is you have a short story out now in the new issue of Dark Moon Digest called Swollen Dry Sockets. Is that the name of it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a condition.
If you say it is, I don't know if I believe you. The story is disgusting. It's funny, and supposedly it's based off a true story. So I dragged you on Ghoulish to tell me what the true story is. So
it's based on 2 true stories.
But you only sent me one.
Yeah. Well, it's one story based on 2 separate incidences.
If you think I'm paying you twice, it's not happening.
Well, I thought I could get away with it.
Read that contract again, boy.
Contract.
Oh, yeah. We do things by Bitcoin at Telecommunication Digest.
Sick. Bro.
Yeah, Broseph, what's up?
Yeah, Brohemoth. Check it out.
Rhapsody.
Check it out. This kind of talk actually goes in with the story.
Okay, I'll continue it.
Okay. Do you want me to tell a story?
Yeah, tell me a story. Do it.
Okay. So, I didn't, like most people, I don't have dental insurance. I didn't at the time. And I was working at a little old bookstore. I didn't pay much. But I had really bad tooth pain. I was waking up in the middle of the night screaming, crying, just screaming and crying, and screaming and crying some more. So I called a bunch of dentists. It was probably Friday night, 3 o'clock in the morning, screaming into their voicemail, please see me. It was like very, very painful. Very painful.
Yikes.
And then a friend of mine says, hey, you should check out this dentist. They're pretty cheap. They have payment plans, blah, blah. And I was like, payment plan? Cool. So I make an appointment with the guy, and I go in, and the place looks pretty clean, but there are framed pictures of Austin Eastsiders cans and Lone Stars and stuff like that. And that should have been like a clue that, while that might be okay for like your drug dealer's den or something, but you really shouldn't have framed pictures of alcoholic beverages in a dentist's office. But I think it was like an attempt to seem like, oh, I'm super local, blah, blah, blah. I see the guy, he's like, oh yeah, you need a root canal, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Nothing, it's a very good procedure. Everyone's afraid of it, but nothing ever happens. So, okay, cool. So we scheduled it. I come back. There's this really skinny, dental hygienist, goofy looking motherfucker. And he just whispers without even moving his mouth. He's like, have you ever had a root canal before? Yeah. No. He's like, oh, there's nothing to worry about. And he literally slaps his glove against his wrist. Like he just put it on and slaps it like he's about to go up my ass with it. So I'm worried. The dentist comes in, he starts drilling, and I hear a snap.
Okay. And
I'm just wondering, what was that? And they're whispering to each other, what size drill was that? What size drill was that? Oh, that was the wrong size. And then, basically, he gets his light out of the way. He's like, we can't get the drill bit that snapped off into the root of your tooth out. So what we're going to do is we're going to file down your tooth and put some clay on it. And we're going to schedule you with a different type of dentist that specializes in root canals. I don't know what it's called. I said, okay, cool. Am I going to be able to see this guy today? No, he's not booked for 3 weeks. So I basically had this piece of clay tearing up the side of my cheek for weeks. I was eating just French fries and chocolate shakes for 3 weeks. Till I could see this guy fix me up.
French fries?
Yeah, French fries, because you could favor one side of your mouth with French fries.
I'm thinking of the way that salt would rub into the wound.
Yeah, but I would cock my cock. I would cock my head up and just shove the fry to the right side of my face.
Oh, so like a build?
Yeah. I mean, it was absolutely pathetic, dude. It was pathetic. I was irritable. I mean, still irritable, but so that was the first time, and that drill bit is still there. They never took it out. They never could get it out. And the specialist was just basically said, yeah, a lot of times when this happens, that thing just stays in there. I'm just going to finish the root canal, but you're just going to have a drill in your mouth for the rest of your life. Cool. Thanks, Doc. So the moral of that story is,
yeah.
Well, here's the other thing. I still ended up paying $1,000 for the whole procedure.
What?
Yeah.
What if he didn't pay?
I don't know, man. I don't like to ask those questions. I don't want to go to Guantanamo Bay, an infamous debtor's prison.
Dude, that's how they got Osama.
I know. Yeah, he didn't pay his tooth bill.
Yeah, he got drilled in the tooth and then the head. That's
Drilled
what
in the tooth, drilled in the heads.
that's the double tap.
The double tap.
Yeah, 2 drills, 1 cup.
That is disgusting. Have you seen that recently?
No, not recently. I haven't rewatched it in a while.
The soundtrack sticks with me. Nothing else sticks with me. But this, remember the soundtrack?
Yeah, isn't it Homeward Bound?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
It inspires feelings of warmth.
So, do you go to the dentist often?
No, I mean, this probably here's this thing. This probably could have been avoided had I had practiced proper dental hygiene.
Oh man, I'm afraid because I've only been to the dentist one time in my life.
And why was it only one time?
Well, I had decided when I moved to Texas I should see a dentist just because I had never been to one. And all he did was insult me the whole time. I was like, I'm not coming back to this.
Well, they're known for that.
They were so mean to me. Like, oh yeah, your teeth are not white. Like, I know that.
Yeah, well, fucking racist. Get out of here.
They just kept negging me, I guess. I don't know. And I did not enjoy the sensation of fingers being, like, choked down my throat. It's not a kink I have.
Well, speak for yourself.
Yeah, so I didn't go back. They made me a second appointment, but I said, nah, I just didn't do it. I didn't go back, and I don't have dental insurance now, so I think I'm just trapped.
I think dental insurance isn't actually that great. I haven't been to the dentist since I got dental insurance, but they don't cover that much. But dentists are known for like looking at your teeth, sticking their fingers in your mouth, and saying, "You don't floss much, do you?"
Yeah, they kept saying that. Like, no one flosses. Do you floss?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I flossed once in my life, and I almost lynched myself with it instead.
I brush my teeth once a week.
Is that true?
No. I brush my teeth often now because the next dental horror story is worse.
Okay, should we get into it?
Do you want to get into it?
Yeah.
Okay. After the experience of going to a real dentist and paying for a real dentist, I said, no, fuck that noise, man. I'm going to go to a dentistry school. I had really bad toothache, and it was a similar thing. I was scream crying, waking up in the middle of the night, shivering, and I heard that you can go to UT San Antonio Dentistry School, and they'll work on your mouth for $50. $50. And that's like that's a lot less than $1,000.
It's 950 less. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I don't know math. I was thinking it was 10,000 less, but
you fucking idiot.
Yeah, I'm not smart. So, luckily, the school's open and they have openings. Now I'm just speeding down the highway, screaming. And I'm just gonna get the tooth pulled. I'm not gonna fuck with this root canal bullshit anymore. So I go in there. There's 2 dentistry students. I don't even see like a real dentist or a professor or anything like that. A professor of dentistry. But they come in, they look at my mouth, they're like making mistakes. When I get in to get the X-ray, they forget to put the X-ray vest on me, which they brought it in, and then they're about to turn on the machine. I'm like, do I need that thing? And they're like, oh yeah.
What does the vest do?
It probably provides like a sense of safety from the X-ray.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, probably not. I've had this weird penis-like growth on my nipple ever since.
That's just called a penis, man.
Yeah, well, it's penis-like right now. It doesn't pee, it doesn't come, but it does get hard.
That's like the best way to have a penis.
Yeah.
These are the salad dates for that penis nipple.
Yeah.
Soon it's gonna get old and it's gonna be just spewing cum left and right.
Well, it might be a nice way to get out of things,
Yeah.
I don't know what I could get out of by having a penis on my nipple.
You're not gonna get out of a speeding ticket by coming from your chest.
Oh no. I'll probably get a bunch of other tickets though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I drove to the place and they forgot to put my lead vest. Put the lead vest on. They do the X-ray, and I turn around and say, "Why are you guys shooting the X-ray up my asshole?" And they said, "Oh, sorry."
What?
Turn it around. I'm just kidding. So anyways, these two guys come in. They're asking me a bunch of questions, and just like every other dentist, they ask a bunch of questions that you don't want to answer, like, oh, what do you do for a living? It's like, I don't know, man. I'm at a fucking dentistry school letting students work on my mouth because my job is unsatisfying and unfulfilling.
How long ago was this?
A couple years ago.
Were you at radio? Or?
Yeah, I actually was.
Okay.
And it was obviously, I mean, things have gotten better since the bookstore.
Yeah, what bookstore could that be in Austin? I have no idea.
Oh, there's only a couple.
I guess people will just have to find out for themselves.
Yeah, do an internet search, folks. It starts with the word book. Yeah. And there's only a couple, and that narrows it down. So do your worst. So yeah, they're asking me all these questions, things like, oh, well, what's your and I was wearing my Dodgers hat for some fucking reason. Like, oh, you like the Dodgers? Blah blah blah. It's like, oh my god, I can't talk with your fingers in my mouth. And they're looking at my tooth. They're like poking it. It hurts like hell. And they start like those needles with Novocaine. They start like just jamming it down my gums. And I can feel my mouth just like swell up. And they're like, all right, we're going to start tugging on it. And if you've seen Little Shop of Horrors with Steve Martin as a dentist.
I have not.
Well, it is exactly like that musical number. So basically one guy gets a pair of pliers and he starts just cranking it from like left to right. Like he's just trying to get the tooth out. Left to right, cranking it. And my face is just like moving with the motion and is hurting like crazy. I think the guy is like lifting off the floor. He's doing it so hard. And I want to die because like the Novocaine doesn't do anything for pain like that. And then the other guy's, oh, let me try. And I'm listening to them take turns. Go, oh, you can't get it. Let me try. And then the fucking, and this lasts like 10 minutes. Then I hear like some shuffling at the door. It is the dentistry school professor. He's like, no, you don't want to shift from left to right like that. You kind of got to jiggle in a circular motion. Let me show you. He's like a total weirdo, long hair, smells like marijuana.
A hippie.
A hippie dentist.
Oh, God.
Tooth guy. But,
no, I hate Republicans, but if I'm going to go to a dentist, I want that dentist to be a Republican. That's just, yeah, I think.
No chance of patchouli getting down your mouth?
Yeah.
No fucking x-ray of your asshole to stick a crystal in it later?
I don't know why. I just feel like I would trust a dentist if he was a Republican.
You're in luck. I think most dentists are Republican.
Yeah.
Because they're like the least educated of the medical field. And but they have a lot of money. Dude, they want to hold on to that money.
Dude, I live in Cibolo, and like there's at least 7 dentist offices in this small town.
What is going on in Cibolo?
I don't know.
Are they like cow dentists?
It's like a Bentley Little novel, man.
But seriously, have you gone to a dentist in Cibolo or
no? It was in Universal City. I went.
Huh?
Because that's where I lived when I moved to Texas.
Where is Universal City?
It's like between downtown San Antonio and Cibolo.
Huh? Never heard of the place.
Yeah, it's Universal, man.
Yeah. Well, I've never been invited.
Well, I didn't know you then.
But do you want me to continue with this stupid ass story?
Why would I have you stop? Yeah, continue.
Okay. So this guy, so he starts making a circular motion. I thought it was going to be, when he said he had to make a circular motion with the wrench, I thought, okay, this might be a little more pleasant than 2 fucking frat boys just jamming on my mouth. And it wasn't. It's just a circular, it's more like a square motion where it's just like fucking jamming it up, jamming it down, to the left, to the right, over and over again. I'm fucking screaming. And then the doctor's like, okay, boys, your turn. Okay. The fucking dentist leaves. And the guy tries it in the circular motion, and I could hear them say like, "No, let's just keep doing the way we're doing." And they both end up grabbing the wrench or whatever, the pliers or whatever. They both end up grabbing it, and they're both just jamming it back and forth. And it finally comes out, and I'm bleeding like crazy, like absolute nuttiness. My shirt's bloody, everything's totally bloody. I'm like, they didn't give me any real drugs. They just gave me the, topical ointment to, like the Novocaine or whatever. So I'm in mental anguish.
Yeah.
Because I know what just happened, right? I am like shell shocked. So I get in my car and drive.
You just got up and walked out?
Got out and walked out, and went to. Well, I paid $50 first. Thanks, boys. Thanks for the surgery there.
Well, what was the conversation like after they pulled it out and you were covered in blood?
They're like, they didn't really say much. I think they're just proud of themselves. I think they asked me if I wanted to keep my tooth.
Did you?
And I said, well, I look like I'm fucking 7 years old. Of course I want to keep my tooth.
Yeah.
I'm going to show it to my mom so she could send me a check for $1.
Nice.
But drive home, 2 days later, my mouth starts swelling up again.
Oh no, it's not done.
It's not done.
Oh my God.
Done. And it's just massive. It's like someone had hit me with a baseball bat, side of the face. And I was at work closing, and I'm at the end of the day sitting with the coworkers, and Trey, actually, he says, hey man, what's wrong with your face? And so I look at myself in my selfie, and it's
puffy,
horrifying. So I scream, cry into the voicemail again, and they call me back in the morning. I drive down there, and I had an abscess infection, which isn't a swollen dry socket, but it's painful. But anyways, they started with the dentist, the actual hippie dentist with long hair and soft voice, and he just got a knife, cut my fucking gums open, drained it, and then sewed it back together.
I'm imagining the counselor guy from Freaks and Geeks when you describe this dentist.
It is like that. It's kind of like that guy, a cross between him and the scientist in what's that Will Smith movie with Jeff Goldblum? Independence Day.
Okay, yeah.
Remember the scientist that has that lab coat, long hair?
Yes.
After they spend this whole time saying there's a completely sterile environment, you can't do this and that.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they walk in, they say, "Oh, we're the FBI. We're trying to save the world." A scientist walks out with a lab coat unbuttoned and no hairnet, like some sterile environment. It was like that guy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what's swollen dry socket then?
A dry socket is when, like, if you're a smoker or if you use a straw or something, the scab on your gum where your tooth came out could come off and reveal bone.
What?
And so it takes a really long time to heal, and it's very painful.
Good God.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with teeth, man?
They suck, man. They fucking suck.
I am afraid. I mean, something's going to eventually happen to my mouth.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
I don't take ill of it at all.
At worst, at best, a dentist is going to flop his fingers around in there.
Yeah. I'm afraid, what if I begin liking it? I don't know.
Well, that was... I skipped over that part of the story. But...
Oh, yeah, you had an erection the whole time.
Yeah. These two guys wrenching on my mouth.
I kept coming from my chest.
Yeah.
Yikes. Well, that was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My long-term plan now is to get all my teeth taken out and just get titanium teeth.
What's the deal with wisdom teeth? You still have those?
I have two.
How many do you come equipped with?
Well, I think you get 4. I guess some people never get them.
I don't know if
The unwise. Yeah, the unwise.
Oh,
but
I don't know.
Sometimes they grow in, you don't feel anything, and it's totally fine. But sometimes they grow in unevenly, or they start pushing against a root or something, and it's really painful.
Yeah, I think I get that sometimes. It's like every few months I get an intense pain of a tooth pushing against my gums.
Yeah,
And then it just goes away.
You might be getting a wisdom tooth, my friend.
Oh fuck. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, if I just keep ignoring it, it's fine, right?
Well, I mean, you could ignore it, I guess.
I mean, what did
We'd have to look that up.
cavemen do
I don't think cavemen lived long enough to get a
to
wisdom
have
tooth.
teeth?
They were stupid. They were dumb.
That's not true, man. What about
They weren't wise enough for wisdom teeth. Bro!
okay, dude, that's a bit extreme for me. You ever send anyone to the dentist?
Do I ever send anyone
Yeah, have you ever sent anyone to the dentist?
like on a recommendation?
Yeah.
When 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 I meet the right dentist, the one who doesn't treat me poorly,
Yeah.
I might send someone. But
Yeah.
no, I have never sent anyone to the dentist. I have no recommendations to give.
Have you ever tried doing that the old trick of tying a string to your tooth and then like tying the second end to a knob?
No, I haven't, but I've done that for my skin tags.
What? Aren't you
wanna
afraid
know-
of bleeding to
you want
death?
to do a whole? Do you want to do a whole episode on skin tags? It's my other favorite thing to
Can
talk
you?
about. Yeah, well, I'll give you a 2-minute little introduction.
Okay.
Do you know what skin tags are?
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
little
it's like
tiny
little
molds,
pimple
right?
wart-like things. Yeah. But they hang weirdly,
Uh-huh.
you know. And I used to have them in my armpit. So I read that if you just tie a string of dental floss around it and tie it real tight, you'll cut off the blood to it and it'll eventually fall off. And it works. Now, I have 2 skin tags on my ass, one for each cheek. One is very large, the other is very small. And it's pretty hard to tie a piece of dental floss around a skin tag on your ass.
Why?
Because you can't see it. And I'm a little bit fat, so it's hard for me to like maneuver the direction. So, and also it's kind of embarrassing to ask my wife to ignore the dingleberries to tie a piece of dental floss around my
I was
skin
gonna
tag.
say. I mean, was this before you met me? Well,
Oh, do you want? Are you offering?
I'm kind of offended you didn't even ask.
Ah, well, hey, next time you're in Austin,
I mean, I've drawn on your naked body, so
I wasn't fully naked.
no, not that time. You weren't even awake with the time I'm talking about.
That's not funny.
You remember when you woke up and you looked at your dick and it had a smiley face on it? That was me.
I do remember that. Now that you think about it.
Yeah, I
But
wrote. Yeah.
I wasn't asleep.
That explains why you kept coming from your chest.
Oh, so it does work.
Yeah, it blossomed. So, okay, you have these skin tags on your ass. What happened?
They're still there.
Oh,
What ends up happening is I'll tie the knot like just unevenly, or I'll wake up one morning and so it's not tight enough, so the dental floss is on the bed, and I realize now that I said I don't floss. I use dental floss to tie off skin tags.
Well, when you brought this subject up, I thought it was going to end in bloodshed, but it doesn't. It seems to be a good way to get rid of him.
No, this is just a helpful step by step for anyone
Okay.
afflicted with skin tags.
I always thought if you rip them off, you would bleed to death. Maybe I'm thinking of molds.
Well, I think you can rip them off. It's harder to rip skin off of skin than one thinks.
Do you have a difficult time with not like ripping off scabs?
It's been a long time since I had a scab.
Yeah.
It's like, so I don't know, but I don't think I'm the type to rip. I don't like blood, like real blood.
Yeah.
I like gore, but if someone like has a nosebleed, it's like I want to beat them up. Get away from me.
You want to beat them up?
Disgusting nosebleeder.
I also hate blood, but I don't know. I have a thing with scabs. I get too like obsessed with them.
So you tear at them and eat them?
Yeah, I slurp them down my throat.
Ah,
Like,
blend them up into a smoothie.
yeah. Sometimes if I'm in the mood.
God.
Sometimes I just shred them in my spaghetti.
Oh my lord.
By the way, I
With
need
a
that.
cheese grater.
Yeah. So I mean, if you wanted to do that Italian potluck we were discussing, I'm game.
Oh God. No.
No.
Oh no. You're only allowed to bring sealed food from the supermarket.
I disagree. Any other final thoughts about this story that we published?
I'm very happy you published it. Makes me feel loved.
Was it difficult to reach that level of disgusting?
No, I don't think so. I think this story I think I had like edited the story down from something bigger, and by the time it got to the dentist's office, I just committed to myself like we're just gonna go off the rails, and and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to be disgusting. And I had done something like that with Flesh House, but this one was a little bit more like a character was being sadistic, and I don't think I'd really ever like gone all the way like that with a character, and it was very fun. It's very fun to write. It's fun. It's fun to perform too, but the thing is, when you're performing it, I don't know. People don't really expect it.
Have you performed it? Because I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, I actually performed it once at a One Page Salon, and then I think I performed it for the Haha story time that we did for Bobby's shoot.
Oh, okay.
But it worked weirdly it worked a lot better at One Page Salon than it did with Bobby's Haha story time, because Haha story time was definitely more the audience, but nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah.
Whereas One Page Salon was a little more highfalutin, but people dug the shit out of it for whatever reason.
I was gonna suggest you do it at Something Indecent sometime, and maybe like halfway through it begin chewing on blood capsules.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I might want to dress up as a dentist.
That would be fun too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll read the story as a dentist. It'll be weird.
Would you let me tie some floss to one of your teeth and just yank it out?
No.
No? Okay. You can do it to me.
I want to keep the teeth I got, man.
I think I would let you do it to me because I think it would be funny.
Well, you just pick the worst, the tooth that looks at you the weirdest, and I'll do it.
According to that dentist I saw, they all suck. I have no good teeth.
Let's just tie a whole pack of dental floss around all of your teeth.
Okay.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna tie a tooth to one of my skin tags,
and then
God. we're gonna start back to back, and then we're gonna run as fast as we can away from each other.
We're gonna begin with my face against your ass.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah, because you're gonna tie it to me.
Yeah, and I'll
you're gonna have to.
So you'll stand in place, and I'll run forward.
Okay.
How can folks find you online, Andrew?
You can find me online at my website I never update, hilbertheckler.com, or on Twitter, Hilbert3000.
Anything else to promote? You have a Patreon? What's going on?
We're working on reconfiguring Cockroach Conservatory into something less cumbersome to put together. But Cockroach Conservatory has a Patreon. But I think the link is actually patreon.com/ahilbert. So check that out.
I don't need to because I already pledge.
Oh yeah, and I pledged to Perpetual.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so we're basically net zero, I think, for each other.
Yeah, it goes that way with me a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole tooth pulling.
Yeah, exactly.
Dingleberry.
I am petrified of anything going wrong with my teeth now, so thank you for that.
Welcome. You're welcome.
All right, this has been good.
All right, well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for receiving me.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
All right. Did you enjoy today's episode with Andrew Hilbert? Of course you did. It was fucking amazing. It was life-changing. And hopefully after you listened to it, you vowed to never seek dentist attention ever again. It's a scam, folks. A scam. All they want is your teeth for after teeth. Go buy the new issue of Dark Moon Digest at perpetualpublishing.com. Pledge to old Patreon at patreon.com/pmlpublishing. And rate and review us on iTunes and any other place you can review a podcast. And also, do not forget, live spooky, die spooky.